Go ahead and slide into some Major League Baseball. We have a modified slate today, but some pretty good games, pretty good action. So let's go ahead and dive into it, beginning with the Red Sox taking on the Blue Jays. And that's going to be a 1:07 Eastern first pitch in Toronto. Now, Boston opened the betting as the $2 favorite, total at 9.5. We are seeing a nickel move toward Boston up to 205. So once again, the Red Sox opened as the $2 favorite. They're now minus 205. Totals at 9.5. 68% of the consensus is leaning toward the Red Sox. 57% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Blue Jays are plus 185 on the money line. Boston minus $1.25 on the run line. We have David Price for the Red Sox, Edwin Jackson for the Blue Jays. Boston is 13-5 straight up in their last 18. They've also been winners in 5 out of their last 6 on the road. Meanwhile, on the other side, the exact opposite story. Very bizarre here. Toronto 5-13 in their last 18 themselves. 1-5 in their last 6 at home. So very bizarre there. How Boston's 13-5 in their last 18. Toronto's 5-13 in their last 18. Meanwhile, Boston's 5-1 in their last 6 away from home. And Toronto 1-5 in their last 6 on their home field. Very bizarre. Total-wise, Toronto 80% to the under in their last 5. Give me Boston minus 1.5 and the under 9.5 runs in that game. MLB Shout Outs. Let's get into it. Pro Line Master. Maine Stevens Chuck Pinter. Chunk Pinter. Once again, let's try that. Let's start that over. Shout Outs. Pro Line Master. Maine Stevens. Chuck Pinter. Quinn Green. Jerry, we the best? No, Jerry, you're the best. Simplify. 0007. Almighty Ado TV. Jerome Jerry Watkins. Stephen Lewis. Irfan Azimi, who does not like when I repeat the lines. He says, just get to it. You said it once, don't say it again. And in turn, I got to give a shout out to Mean Gene Hart Sr., who told Irfan to F you. Mean Gene, gotta love the passion. I think Irfan was just giving his wholehearted, not critique, but like suggestion, like, dude, just get to the point. You don't have to repeat yourself. But I thought that was wildly entertaining. I don't condone that kind of treatment or language, although I did find that wildly entertaining. So once again, Irfan Azimi, shout out to you, who's just giving me some constructive criticism. And Mean Gene Hart Sr. telling Irfan to F you. Last but not least, I got to give a shout out to Calico Jones, who says, who came to my defense as well. He said, Brock is very optimistic and pretty knowledgeable for a guy giving picks on several different sports. And I might add there, Calico, I'm also doing picks in front of a TV screen with a remote control. So anyway, good to see that people take me seriously out there. That's a good thing. If you saw how low budget and ghetto this production was, you'd probably just blow me off and say, don't worry about it. Give them a free pass. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for giving me some love in the comments section. Looking forward to seeing your comments later this evening. But let's go ahead and get back into it. We got plenty of games to cover, so let's go ahead and talk about Oakland taking on the Indians. 6:10 Eastern first pitch in Cleveland. The Indians open minus 165, total at 9. We're seeing a nickel move upward toward the Indians and movement downward on the total. Minus 190 and 8 flat. So once again, the Indians open $1.65 up to minus 170. Total open 9 down to 8 flat. 62% are leaning Cleveland, 52% shaded toward the over. Right now, the A's are plus 155 on the money line. Cleveland plus $1.20 on the run line. We have Anderson for the A's, Carrasco for the Indians. Carrasco comes in with a 4.18 ERA for the Indians. Anderson comes into this game with a 4-3 record for Oakland. Now, Cleveland's really struggled in these types of spots here. They're winning just 37% of their games at the current market price. They've also dropped 2 out of 3 taking on Oakland earlier in the year. Now, the Athletics on the other side, very good in these types of spots. As a matter of fact, they're winning 75% of their games taking on teams over 540. So whenever they're taking on top-tier teams, winning programs, they're doing a hell of a job. They're winning 75% of their games. taking on those elite teams. They're also 4th in road scoring. And when it comes to the total, Oakland is 6-3 to the over when Anderson makes the start. So with all that in mind, I'm going to take Oakland on the run line. Give me Oakland plus 1.5 in the over, 8 runs in that game. Next matchup, Yankees, Orioles, 705 Camden yards. The Yankees open the betting as the $1.80 favorite, total at 9. And since those markets opened that one up, we're seeing a nickel fade of the Yankees and movement upward on the total. Minus 175 and 9.5. Once again, the Yankees open $1.80 down to minus 175. Total open 9 up to 9.5. 70% are leaning toward New York, 58% shaded toward the over. Right now, Baltimore's plus 160 on the money line. Yankees minus 105 on the run line. We have Jay Happ for the Yankees, Andrew Cashner for the O's. Cashner comes into tonight's game with a 4.10 ERA. Baltimore's 26th in scoring, second to last in runs allowed. Meanwhile, the Yankees are 6-2 taking on Baltimore this year. They're also winning 75% of their games as the official road favorite. And even more impressive, they are 14-6 straight up, taking on teams under 460. So whenever they're supposed to be the team, they get the job done. Whenever they take on a really bad team, they win. They get the job done. 14-6 taking on teams under 6. Spit it out, Brock. 14-6 straight up taking on teams under 460. Now, total-wise, New York is 14-4 to the over away from home. Give me the Yankees minus 175 and the over 9.5 in that game. Next matchup, Washington taking on the Mets, 7:10 Eastern first pitch in Flushing, Queens. Now, there's no line for this game as of right now. No money line, no total. No line posted as of yet. But we do have some probables. It looks like Patrick Corbin for the Nationals, Font for the Mets. Font is 1-1 with a 7.08 ERA for the Mets. Corbin's 4-1 with a 2.91 ERA for Washington. The Mets are striking out 9.62 times per contest. They're also 22nd in runs allowed. The Nats, on the other side, they're striking out their opponents 9.72 times per contest. That puts them 4th in Major League Baseball in that category there. Give me Washington winning this one outright. Next game, Mariners taking on the Rangers. 8:05 Eastern first pitch in Arlington. The Rangers open $1.45, total 10.5. Nickel fade of the Rangers and movement upward on the total, minus 140 and 11 flat. Once again, Texas open $1.45 down to minus 140. Total open 10.5 up to 11 flat. 57% are leaning Texas, 54% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Mariners are plus 125 on the money line. Texas plus $1.15 on the run line. We have Mike Leake projected on the bump for Seattle. Mike Minor slated on the bump for Texas. Minor's 4-3 with a 2.61 ERA for Texas. Now on the other side, Mike Leake is just 3-4 with a 4.00 ERA for Seattle. The Rangers are 4-1 straight up in their last 5. Winners in 4 out of their last 5 at home as well. They rank first in home scoring, 6.1 runs per contest in that category there. Now Seattle on the other side, they are dead last in runs allowed. We're looking at 6.0 runs per contest in that category there. They also rank dead last in hits allowed. We're looking at 9.6 in that category there as well. Now, total-wise, Seattle is 7-2 to the over in their last 9. Give me Texas minus 140 in the over, 11 runs in that game. Next matchup, Phillies, Cubs, 8:05 Eastern first pitch at Wrigley Field in Chicago. The Cubbies open $1.25, no total as of yet, and that's normally the case with the Chicago Cubbies games. Wrigley Field, you never know which direction the wind's blowing, so typically you do not see a total or a line posted on the over and under till about 2 hours before first pitch. So if you're looking to play a total in this one, you're going to have to wait it out. But anyway, we're seeing a nickel move towards Chicago up to $1.30. So once again, the Cubs open $1.25 up to minus 130. No total as of yet. 53% are leaning toward the Phillies. And at the moment, Philadelphia is plus 120 on the money line. We have Jake Arrieta for the Phils, Yu Darvish for the Cubs. The Cubbies are 4th in scoring, 1st in walks. Philly on the other side, they're allowing 9 hits per contest on average. That puts them at 24th in Major League Baseball in that category there. Philadelphia is also 21st in offensive hits on average. Now, total-wise, Phillies 8-3 to the under in their last 11. Give me the Cubbies minus 130 and the under, whatever that may be. I don't care if it's 6, 6.5, 4, doesn't matter. I like the under in this one. Give me the Cubbies minus 130 and the under, whatever. Next game, White Sox, Astros, 8:10 Eastern first pitch in Houston. Once again, another Monday game with no line. No line currently posted in this matchup here. And the reason for that is the White Sox probable is to be determined. No probable yet for the White Sox. Still waiting to see who they're going to throw out there on the bump. Now, Houston, it is Brad Peacock's day to start, so we do have Brad Peacock as Houston's projected starter. He is 4-2 with a 4.01 ERA. The Astros are 2nd in home scoring, 1st in home hits. The White Sox are 27th in walks, 21st in strikeouts. Give me Houston winning this one outright. Next game, Braves. Giants, 9:45 Eastern first pitch in the Bay Area. Another game with no line posted. Guys, it's not my fault, okay? I know a lot of people like to blame me for stuff. Typically, when there's no lines posted for a game, they blame that on me too. It's up to the books to do that. It's up to the markets, the odds makers, all the different shops. I don't set the lines. I just regurgitate the information. So the fact that there's no lines for a good amount of these games, it's not my fault. I can't broadcast this later in the day. I got to get it out at 4 in the morning or I don't do it at all. So don't tell me I do it too early. Don't blame me for the lines not being out. Be smarter. You got to be better than that. So anyway, Atlanta, San Francisco, 9:45 Eastern first pitch in San Fran. No line posted as of yet. We have Mike Soroka slated on the bump for the Braves. Andrew Suarez for the Giants. This will be Suarez's first start of the 2019 season. Now on the other side, Mike Soroka having a hell of a year. He's 4-1 with an 0.98 ERA. The Giants have won just 4 out of their last dozen at home. They rank 2nd to last in home scoring, averaging just 3.1 runs per contest in that category there. Meanwhile, Atlanta on the other side, they rank 4th in hits, and they've been winners in 4 out of their last 5. Give me the Braves winning that one outright. Next game, Twins, Angels, 10:07 Eastern first pitch in Los Angeles. Once again, another game with no line posted. Don't blame me. I don't set the lines. Once again, I just regurgitate the information. So be smarter than that. Don't be an idiot. Don't be the mayor of Idiotsville. Okay? It's not my fault. I just regurgitate the info. I just repeat the lines and give you who I think is going to cover or win. So, not my fault. Twins, Angels, 10:07. We have Jake Odorizzi for the Twins. Taylor Cole for the Angels. Taylor Cole's got a 4.91 ERA. Jake Odorizzi on the other side, 6-2 for the Twins. 6-2 for the Twins. His record 6-2 with a 2.62 ERA. Once again, Jake Odorizzi, 6-2 with a 2.62 ERA. Minnesota ranks 1st in road scoring. Winners in 6 out of their last 7 on the road. The Angels on their side of things, 28th in walks allowed at home. We're looking at 4.1 in that category there. Give me Minnesota winning that one outright. Next and final game for the show, it is going to be Diamondbacks, Padres, 10:10 Eastern first pitch in San Diego. The Padres open -150, total at 7. We're seeing just a nickel fade of San Diego down to 145. Once again, the Padres open 150 down to -145. Totals at 7. 57% are leaning San Diego. 56% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Diamondbacks are +130 on the money line. Padres +150 on the run line. We have Weaver for Arizona, Paddock for the Padres. Arizona's 15-8 against the spread away from home. And of course, when I refer to the spread in Major League Baseball, I'm referring to the run line, the 1.5. So once again, Arizona winners in 15 out of their last 23 run line plays away from home. 15-8 ATS away from home. They also rank 3rd in hits. And on the other side, the Padres, well, They're scoring just 3.44 runs per contest at home. That puts them at 26th in Major League Baseball in that category there. They also rank 28th in home hits, which is third to last. Total-wise, Arizona 5-1 to the over in their last 6 on the road. Give me the Diamondbacks plus 1.5 in the over 7 runs in that game. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. That is my website. We do daily plays on that site. Memberships start at just $1.99 per month. Link for that site is in the description section below. And most importantly, thank you for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And as always, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.